Hey everyone, my name is Leslie. Welcome to my channel, Books, Gurrs, and Purrs. Alright, bear with me. This is the third time after recording this video. Most of my videos are from this spot. I like it. The problem is I would rather shoot where my bookcase is, but the lighting is terrible. I tried shooting this video 2 other times and the lighting is bad. You could hear the UPS truck go by. And so here I am again. All right, so today I'll be discussing what I'm going to be reading for the month of June. June is Pride Month, so I try every month to pick a particular theme. And so most of my selection is based on the fact that it's Pride Month. So the first book that I'll be reading is a collection of poetry, and that is Time as a Mother by Vaughan. He has 2 other literary works. One is another collection of poetry, Night Skies with Exit Wounds. And then he had a debut novel called On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. I love both the poetry collection and his debut novel. He's just an author that I absolutely love, and I'll be just following his literary career throughout. As long as I can, I'll be shelling out my money for him. Eventually, I'd like to see him at a panel or something like that in the future. I haven't yet, plus the pandemic. So here we are. Something I really enjoy about his work is that he just has a way with words where everything he says flows so well, and the way that he engages with the English language is really like incredible. The way he puts words together, I mean, I don't think I'll ever be able to do what he has accomplished in his work. So I look forward to this. I know I'm gonna love it. So that's the first book. And the second book is Freshwater by Akwaeke Emezi. This is their debut novel. Since their debut novel, they've put out so much other work within not one particular genre. I think every single book they have put out is a completely different genre. There's even a piece of, I don't know if it's just nonfiction or nonfiction memoir that they wrote, but I really look forward to it. And on the back, it says about the author. Emezi is an Igbo and Tamil writer and video artist based in liminal spaces. Their work has been published online and in print. Something else about the way that this author writes, how do I say this? This author also has a way of putting, I don't want to say words, but creating imagery with words that you wouldn't necessarily think go together. In one of their literary works, they wrote something, I can't remember which book it was, but they wrote something, it's going to bother me because I can't think of the name right now. In the book, they wrote something like talking about the taste of guilt. And when you're reading their work, it completely makes sense. You're totally engulfed in their language and the world that they build. So this is another writer. I'm going to be following them throughout their career, but unfortunately I've only read a couple of books, so I have plenty to catch up on. So I'll be reading this. Let me see, what else should I share? The next book is going to be a romance. I would like to be taken away into a non-toxic romantic just that world. I would very much enjoy that. So I'll be reading One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. Hopefully I'm saying their name right. Apparently this is about a young woman, named August, I think. I haven't read this before. I haven't read the back. It's about a young woman or person that develops a crush on someone that they see every time they go to a New York train stop. And I guess it's involves some sort of magic. It says August sees Jane as dazzling, charming, and mysterious. But the subway crush becomes the best part of her day. But pretty soon she discovers there's one big problem. Jane doesn't just look like an old school punk rocker. She literally displaced in time from the 1970s. And August is going to have to use everything she tried to leave in her own past to help Jane. That just seems really sweet. I would like to be swept up and magically taken away. So I've just been reading a lot of nonfiction work, and I love nonfiction so much, but sometimes I feel like if I just keep sticking to nonfiction or a certain subject within nonfiction, I just become the bitter old woman that I am. So I look forward to reading this. The next two books are going to be comic books. From the last two TBR book selection videos, you'll know that I'm reading Saga. So here's a volume 3 of Saga. I've read this before, but this is a reread for me. I love Saga so much, and I want to get better about understanding how to analyze literary material. So I thought a comic book would really help me along the way, along my literary critique journey. So here we are. Alana and Marco are still on the run with a child. While they're on the run, they have to rely on the kindness of strangers as they try to run away from the people that are trying to capture them. So, volume 3, here we go. And the last book I'll be reading is also a comic book. It's My Brother's Husband by Gengorah Tagame. What do I say about this? I've been wanting to read this for a while, and I just gave in recently and bought it. It seems like another little wholesome tale. I hope it's not too much of a tearjerker, because my tear ducts are all spent lately on some of the books that I've been reading. So it's about this gentleman. He's a Canadian, and he was married to this guy's twin brother, but the twin brother passed away. So let me see, I forget everybody's name. Oh, Mike Flanagan. Okay, so this guy's Mike Flanagan, and so Mike takes off to Japan to acquaint himself to the family of his deceased husband, and it goes on from there. And apparently this also delves into the fact that there is still a stigma in Japan, and people are still very much closeted in Japan, and I just don't really know. I only have, my American lens to see things through, so I don't really know much about the stigma that takes place in Japan. So I know I'm gonna love this. I really do. A lot of these works, I've been really lucky this year with what I've picked up. I've enjoyed everything. So hopefully I'm not disappointed, but also I hope it's wholesome. I just need a little more happiness and wholesome in my life. So that'll be the last book that I'm reading. And if you have any suggestions or critiques about these books, please let me know your thoughts. I look forward to reading along with you. I hope you'll like and subscribe. Please comment below, and I guess I'll see you later.